Coño mierda, las caddies mierda, puta madre contra, joder. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching the R&A Golf channel vlog episode number
3.
Podcast episode
62. You think it's 61?
61, 62.
There's a lot.
Whatever. And hope you liked our new feature, Scenes from the Tour. Opening the episode today, that was of course Sergio Garcia having a little moment in the bunker here at Hollywood Golf Club. How strange.
How strange. A wee hissy fit for Sergio.
We are here in the Starter's Hut at Hollywood Golf Club, our home from home. So hope you liked episode 2 and episode 1. We are now in episode 3. And thank you so much to everyone who's been in touch, sending us comments, sending us videos. We have a few videos coming up today.
That's right, it's brilliant to see.
You can, of course, subscribe. So if you're on YouTube, subscribe below, please. Send us a wee comment. Or on Facebook, you can like and share, and it's very much appreciated. If you want to send us some stuff, you can. It's nigolfpodcast@gmail.com. That's probably the best way to get us, or indeed via the socials. Hi, Mr. Kelly. On today's episode,
we're talking rules. Funnily enough, Morris, rules have been in the news. Then we've got the Tourism R&A event to launch the Open Championship. We went to it.
We went, yes.
They allowed us in.
They let anybody in. So,
we have our usual news from around the golfing world, and we've got a top tip from your coach now.
No. He occasionally does give me tips if we're out playing together. It's one of the professionals here at Hollywood, Michael Alexander, recently fully qualified PGA professional.
Obviously, finally got his exams. Fair play to him. Congratulations.
So we kick off with some of your videos first of all, and winter has arrived.
Yes, we got lucky from sort of November, December, and then January. January has hit us hard. Very wet, Mars. I haven't been playing much golf.
Up to Royal Park, where they got a fair bit of snow.
They did last week. The snow came down a bit heavy, but it didn't stop them. They're a hardy bunch up there.
They are a hardy bunch, and this is
Michael McCrudden, who is the professional up there. Michael went out, the driver, went for driver off the deck.
Driver off the deck in the snow.
He did.
He didn't tell us where it went.
No, and there was no shot shaper or shot stroke or flight scope on it.
No flight scope to say where it went to, but he tells us it was a good shot.
Yeah, do you see the way, I like the way he gets his feet buried into the sand before he hits it. Sorry, the snow.
Up next, Ronan Henry, who's a very regular contributor and a listener of the podcast. Thank you, Ronan. He sent us a video of a knock. So this is the bunkers at knock, kind of hard.
Maybe
boing.
I think you probably need a wee bit of a raking in there. Though, as I said, anybody who went out and played in that weather's half mental anyway.
And finally, a bit of a conundrum for Johnny McKinstry, who sent us a video of a rules.
Yeah, what do you do in this situation?
Yeah, what would you do? We'll let Johnny explain it to you here.
You golfers, somebody give me the rule on this here.
So?
Johnny actually, fair play to him, he took a penalty drop. He thought that's automatically a penalty. So he took a drop, he played it under penalty, so he signed for 6. Then he went into the clubhouse, and there was maybe a discussion, probably over the bar, I'd have thought. So the committee ruled that it wasn't, so he had a 1-shot penalty. So he finished with 5 in that hole.
He should have had a rattle at it.
He definitely should have. What we wanted was the video of him taking a swing at that.
Exactly, breaking his 7-iron over the tree.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
That's what we need on the R&A Golf vlog.
So if you have any videos or you're taking any videos, feel free to share them. We'd love to see them. Email them, as I say, to nigolfpodcast@gmail.com. Funny, quirky,
angry,
Sergio-esque, whatever it happens to be, we'd love to see them.
Now the Open Championship is at Royal Portrush this year, Mark.
Is it?
You may have heard.
It isn't.
Anyway, Tourism R&A threw a very swanky soiree, which we were invited to.
Not let anybody in.
Called Eyes on the Open. So it showcased and kick-started the year.
And it started with a little message from Rory McIlroy.
The Open Championship has been back to Northern Ireland for over half a century. For the championship to return to Portrush it's massive for the country. I think everyone's so excited for it to be there. Golf has come a long way in that 50 years. everyone's going to get behind it. I'm expecting massive crowds. I think everyone's excited. I'm certainly excited to return to Portrush and play in an Open Championship. I never thought I'd get the opportunity to play in a major championship at home, and I'm really excited about it.
A really nice event, and I thought it really sort of set the tone for what we hope's going to be a great year for the Open Championship and what it means just for the whole province. As I say,
yeah,
in these
they
parts.
were kind of tying it in with not just the Open for Northern Ireland, but tourism, and I wanted everyone to know what else was happening apart from the Open and what the Open was going to help showcase. Obviously 190,000 tickets sold
already.
650 billion people watching online or on TV.
Yeah.
What is it?
Hundreds of millions for the local economy. It really it is going to be the biggest sporting event ever on this part of the world, and it was great to see so many people there, all the celebs over there, and us obviously, but mostly the celebs.
Yeah, there was messages from Darren Clark, from GMAC, from Rory.
Yes, Stephanie
Meadow as well. Tom McKibben, here he is playing, and they basically did this lovely video which had the music of the Ulster Youth Orchestra.
That's right.
And some poetry read by Mr. Michael Hinney.
That's right.
And it was lovely, and Tom was featured playing Royal Portrush in the video as well.
He kept that very quiet. Tom.
We didn't know.
I know, he kept it very quiet. It was fair play to him.
And we had a few chats with some of the people who were around the place. First up was the R&A from the R&A Chief Executive Martin Slumbers.
Well, the excitement is probably the most I've seen in my short tenure at the R&A. We're trying to sort of temper all that excitement. We have a job to do, which is to deliver one of the world's great sporting events, and we're really looking forward to it.
Royal Portrush has stepped up to the mark. Is there anything about it that sort of, what about it has surprised you?
Well, I think you've got a club that is so enthusiastic for it, and they're doing everything they can to make it a great championship. But we've also got a golf course now that has moved from being a really good golf course into one of the world's best links golf courses, and the redesign and the enhancements are truly awesome. And I can't wait to see the best players in the world tee it up on that course.
Will the addition of Royal Portrush to the Open schedule, has it sort of give the whole thing a boost, a fresh blood?
Do you know, I'm a great believer that peer pressure and competition are a wonderful thing, and we have truly fantastic golf courses. But I think as I go around the other courses, they're all saying, "Oh, what's going on at Portrush? What's going on over there?" And that just makes it for a better championship. And at the end of the day, what we're doing is talking about showcasing our Open.
And finally, the tickets sold out so quickly, which was incredible. What are your expectations of the championship? What would be the dream scenario?
Well, I'm not going to dream about who might win. But what I think this scenario is that, the Irish have shown us that they love sport. We've all known they've loved sport. They love golf. And I hope that they have a fantastic time, and I thank them very much for the support they're giving us.
And that was followed by the legend, the voice of golf, Mr. Peter Alliss, who was in fine form on the night as usual.
Well, it was kind of like the Alliss family mafia.
That's right.
Because
was there.
His son Simon was there as well.
Yeah.
He was tournament director for the European Tour. But as always, he was in great form. The man himself. What age is Peter now?
Oh, at least 380. 380,
and he had a nice word to say about everything.
It's a wonderful venue. This is one of the most dramatic looking golf courses, and one of the very best. One of the very best. This will be won by somebody, I should imagine, who knows how to play, has this under control, and plays it like a game of chess, and has good fortune. I love the humour and the fun, but I find the core of the people. There's a wonderful core, and there's smiley faces. Oh, well, of course, this was the second championship. Portrush was the second one I ever played in. I played in 1947 as a 16-year-old when Fred Daly won. So my vague associations with Belfast and its people, going back to Fred and then coming here with my brother in 1951. I don't know how the hell we got here. I don't know where we stayed. I remember seeing the course and thinking it was magnificent. I'd seen very few links courses at that time. I opened up with a 69 and wonderful, this is qualifying. We found the local dance hall, my brother and I, who'd just come out of the Navy, met a couple of girls from London, and I don't know what happened, but I took 87 the next day and didn't qualify, but it was wonderful. And we stayed on and watched Max Faulkner win, Tony Serda from Argentina, runner-up, met Bernard Darwin, the great writer. And it was a magical experience. I've been coming back not all that often over the years, but working for ABC Television, the American network. They televised the seniors, which was at Portrush for 3 or maybe 6 years, but 3 certainly. So we came over and stayed at Limavady and came up each day and did the television. And I've come over on various other ventures over the years, interviewing Rory McIlroy's parents and bits and pieces. So I have a very affectionate feeling for the area and for Ireland in general.
People have talked about it being sold out, and I've spoke to you previously and you said nobody should be surprised at that. You've experienced the fans here, you know what it's going to be like. It's going to be pretty remarkable, the atmosphere for the next few days of the championship.
It'll be fantastic. I was interested to see the R&A. I don't know, this is just an opinion. I'm not sure they felt it was going to be an automatic success. So I'm told they offered all the tickets at the reduced price from day one. And they all went in an hour and a half, a bit like a Rolling Stones concert. And they must, oh Jesus, we sold too quick and too soon. So anyway, they've sold a couple 100,000 tickets. So financially it'll be a success. If the weather is kind, not a heat wave, if it's kind, and they all get in and out and they all find a bed for the night, it'll be magic. And if we get a good winner, home winner, it could be one of the greatest championships ever played since the 1800s.
Talking about winners, Mr. Molinari won it last year. He probably came as a surprise to some, but not to people in the game. Could he be the type of player capable of going back-to-back, winning it 2 years in a row?
Well, you never know. It's very unlikely, but it's happened before, and it might happen again. Everything's got to be right, including luck. People forget the part that luck plays in everything. And you've got to have accommodation you're happy with. The family have got to be okay. The children, if you've got them with you, you don't want them developing a nasty cough the night before you play. You want your tummy to be all right. You don't want to be so nervous. So many little fractions come in. And if they all come together like a jigsaw puzzle, you can have a winner. Let's hope we have a home winner. If not a home winner, a European winner. If not a European winner, then somebody who plays with style and charm and is a worthy winner.
The last person we spoke to was the legendary horse rider, A.P. McCoy, who off camera, we were asking him about his golf game, was just like any ordinary hacker and was incredibly frustrated with the game.
We should show that clip. We may have to beat
Sir Anthony McCoy would not be best pleased.
We may have to beat the pits out of it. But basically it's good to know that he gets as frustrated with this game as everybody else.
He does.
Wishing he had never taken it up.
Yeah, wondering what he was doing with himself, why he'd bothered.
AP, is this the equivalent of the Grand National coming to Down Royal?
Yeah, it probably is. It's as big a sporting event as you could find. I think I was lucky enough to come here to Port Stewart a couple of years ago when the Irish Open was here, and the crowds and the support that the people give it was amazing. To have the Open Championship in Portrush, with a strong Irish contingents of golfers as well, obviously led by Rory. You'd be hoping that G-Mac will be able to get there, and Shane Lowry and Padraig Harrington, and the biggest name in golf, Tiger Woods, will be there as well. So that's a big thing, something that Northern Ireland and Portrush should be very proud of. To have, the Open Championship here is amazing.
Now, your own golf game, you're a frustrated golfer, but a regular golfer, We were just wondering, you've played in some of these pro-ams. What's the most nervous you've been on a golf course?
I played with Tiger Woods in 2010 down in Adair, and there was quite a lot of people watching it. It was a tournament that JP McManus had for charity, and there was, I'm sure there was near on 50,000 people there that did, for 2 days. It was, I think there was nearly 100,000 people went through the gates for 2 days, and I think the majority of them wanted to watch Tiger Woods. So unfortunately, I was there digging up the golf course with him. So to say that I felt a little out of my depth and a little bit nervous, the only thing I did was I give a lot of people hope. A lot of people who think that golf's too difficult and that they don't like being moderately crap at it like I am. I think I pleased a lot of people that left. They went away thinking, you know what, we can all give it a go.
And I presume you've played Royal Portrush since you've made the changes.
I haven't actually, but I am going to come over. I've been very lucky that I've been invited by a few members, and at some point before the Open Championship, I'll definitely be here to have a little knock around it.
In terms of your own golf, now you've played a lot of golf, you've played all around the world. Where does sort of links golf rate in your environment? Do you enjoy links golf? Do you enjoy that challenge, or are you more a parkland man?
Do you know what? I'm one of these people. If I have a day where I play pretty well, then that's good for me. You know what I mean? I'm not really. I like the challenge of links golf is brilliant. I think you have to be, I suppose, a little bit more creative to be able to play links golf. And the views, you can't beat the views in links golf. You look at the golf courses that we've had here. I've been lucky enough to play in the last few pro-ams, the Irish Open at County Down, at Portrush and Ballyliffin. Most amazing views. So I think links golf has an advantage visually for sure.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
So that was AP McCoy at the Eyes on the Open event, and well put. It's a bit like the Grand National coming to the Down Royal.
Yes, a nice turn of phrase.
A nice turn.
I wonder who came up with that.
I don't know. So anyway, that's the Eyes on the Open event at Titanic. It was a great event, and it was good to showcase other things that are happening in Northern Ireland this year, including the Game of Thrones exhibitions coming here. A lot of stuff that's happening up around near Portrush.
Yeah.
There's other businesses and other little tourist spots that are getting a wee touch from the Open.
It's just going to have a wide range in effect, let's be honest. It's going to bring people here, hopefully who've never been here before, and they're going to get an opportunity to see what we have to offer, and sure, we're class.
It'll actually be really interesting to see after the Open, or indeed the weeks of the Open, and after the TV coverage and all the little kind of vignettes that all the TV companies will do
going around
about
the place,
the Causeway and about Bushmills Distillery.
That's right.
So it'll be interesting to see all that stuff. But a very good event. Well done, Tourism NI, and it's going to be an amazing year.
Yeah, and a bit of news now. And the Victoria Open down in Australia finished early this morning with an unexpected win for the Scotsman, David Law. He was 3 behind Ormsby after 15 holes, but he finished 3-3-3.
Birdie, par, eagle.
To be leading in the clubhouse, and in the end, Wayne Ormsby couldn't get it done.
No, I'm surprised actually, because after 15 he was still 3 behind, and then he goes and hits that amazing shot into the 18th. Holds the putt. And suddenly he realises, here, we're in the hunt here. So
absolutely
not a bad card.
Lovely. 66. Plenty of good stuff.
And here's the European Tour talking to him after.
Yeah, we stood in the tee and we said we need to make eagle. And then I had 214 pin. 4 iron wasn't enough. Rescue was probably a bit too much. But we had to go for it. So I sort of took a bit off a hybrid, and luckily it went to 8-10 feet.
You make it sound incredibly simple. I'm sure it wasn't quite like that. Can you tell us, were you following the leaderboard during your round? Were you aware of how close it was?
Yeah, I was. I mean, at the time, I was just trying to get into solo second. I thought Wade would probably pick up another coming in, and he would finish maybe 19. But we said that we were going to try and finish. It was 3-2-4 was the plan, and I think it was 3-3-3 in the end, which I'm delighted with.
David, you're on debut here at the Vic Open. How special is this?
Oh, it's an amazing event. We've loved it all week. It's something completely different, and it's definitely an event I'd like to play more of, that's for sure.
The Irish players didn't do too bad in Australia either.
First rack out for someone.
Yeah, Michael Hoy and Dunners tied for 17th.
I think it was 17th.
Gavin Moynihan
tied for 27th.
Well done, the boys. Well done to you down in Australia. Good partnership actually for for Michael with Chris on the bag. It seems to be working well.
He certainly played some lovely golf over the first couple of rounds. The third round was a bad one. I don't think he had a birdie, he had 3 bogeys, but then he came back again on Sunday with another low round.
The ladies didn't do so well.
No, tough outing for them. Stephanie, she missed the cut, the 2-round cut, and then Leona, she missed the cut after 3 rounds. I wasn't too sure why they had a 3-round cut there, but they did anyway. The tournament was won by a French girl, Céline Boutier.
It's a good concept, having those joint lady-men events, because that's obviously going to be what happens at Galgorm this year.
That's the plan, certainly. The plan is for the Challenge Tour and the Ladies European Tour to come together to play an event in August there. And it worked so well down in Australia. And they were even matching the pairings at one stage. Gavin made history. Gavin was the first sort of 3-ball in European Tour history. There was him and another fella and one of the ladies playing as well. So it worked really, really well.
Not too bad also for GMAC at Pebble Beach.
Yeah, GMAC's had a bit of a wrist injury, you see.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been playing. He got a couple of invites into some of the early season events, but didn't manage to get playing those. But he got into the AT&T Pebble Beach, which he obviously won the US Open at, and he's been putting some decent scores together.
We're recording this Sunday lunchtime, as we tend to do now, and going into round 4, he's tied 18th.
He was tied 18th overnight.
So he's doing all right, is GMAC. And this just in, Monday morning news flash, Darren Clark shot a fantastic 65 to finish tied 10th in the Oasis Championship on the Champions Tour in Florida. The
Carlingford Loch Golf Classics, as we know, there's lots of these amateur events on nowadays. You can play in them 3 days of golf, usually great price. There's a brilliant one in Belfast, the Belfast Parkland. So now they've got the Carlingford Golf Classic. It was launched last week at Warrenpoint. The event will be played at Warrenpoint, Kilkeel and Greenore, 3 lovely golf courses in June. Tournament is sponsored by Visit Carlingford. You can get more info online. Visit carlingford.com. You can contact Paul Reevy at Warrenpoint Golf Club for further details.
That was mostly very well remembered.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Now each episode we're going to try and bring you a top tip from one of the Ireland's top PGA pros. And today it's Michael Alexander from this here venue.
This here parish, absolutely.
Your coach, I've decided, is your coach.
He's not really my coach. He gives me the odd tip when we're playing together. Michael's just recently qualified as a PGA full professional.
Yeah, brilliant news for Michael.
Well done, Michael. And he has a wee YouTube channel and Facebook page called Mike's Quick Tips.
He's very good at this too.
So here's one of Mike's quick tips.
Hi everyone, Mike coming at you here with a quick video. So we're going to talk about club selection and choosing the right club for each shot. Okay, so we're at the 10th hole at Hollywood, 172 yards I've got. Now, we do need to think a little bit about what we're doing, but not to the Bryson DeChambeau level, or as my friend Mark Kilpatrick would call him, Bryson DeChampagne. We're not going to that level. Let's do Dustin Johnson level. And what Dustin Johnson says is, what I do is I get the yardage, 172. What club would that normally be? 6-iron for me. Okay, then check the wind. All right, it's a good bit downwind, but it is cold. So I'm going to say that that's going to equal it out. If it was a nice day and it's downwind, I'm going to take a club less, 7-iron. Guys, just think about it. And also the other thing I like to think about is, where do I not want to go on this hole? And it's left. You can probably see that left is not where we want to go. So I'm going to try and aim up a little bit right, so that if I do hit it straight, it's going to be right hand side of the green. If I do pull it a bit right or push it a bit right, it's going to be on the right hand side. And if I pull it a little bit, it's actually going to be on the flag, and I'm going to be happy. Okay, so let's give it a go. And line up to the right hand side. 6-iron. I know the wind. Nice shot. Okay, right at my target. A little bit right of the flag. Guys, go out and try it. Think about it this weekend when you're playing, and enjoy. Cheers.
So, Mr. McIlroy has been everywhere.
He did some media.
Over this last week or two. Primarily because he's launched Golf Pass.
That's right.
So this is a partnership with
the NBC Golf Channel type thing.
And it kind of looked, well, is it NBC that owns Golf Now?
I think Golf Channel and NBC, they're all tied up together.
And Golf Now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Golf Now for America. you'll know golf now if you're from Ireland, because it's the tee times and the reduced prices and that kind of stuff.
That's right.
So it looks like this is kind of like a version of Golf Now, but it also includes Rory's expertise,
lifestyle tips, coaching tips. You can get preferred tee times. I think there's some travel times as well and stuff like that in it.
Don't know if it's going to be rolled out further than America to Europe or anything, but basically Rory is one of the listed as a founding partner. So a bit of a business venture for Roars.
Yeah, Rory Inc. is involved there. But he was obviously doing his media commitments, and of course the first thing he got asked with, are you going to win the Masters? At some stage that's bound to start driving him to
about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Rory, when he win the Masters? Oh
about
God.
About 2014.
It's only February. You can imagine this. Now fair play to him, the shoulders didn't slump. No. You imagine, oh God.
I know, that's because he was on live TV on Morning Drive on the Golf Channel. So if it had been an oppressor with me, you asking it.
Poor fella, he's gonna have to deal with it. He dealt with it quite well, actually.
All he has to do
is win it. There you go. Question over.
Right,
retire.
So win the Masters, and that question goes away. Rory, top tip.
Top tip from the boys.
He was also on the Tonight Show.
Yeah, with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Look, I was able to remember his name.
He's a bit of a golfer, actually.
He likes playing.
He likes his golf, so he was on doing a bit of crazy putting with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, it was good fun.
I'm basically doing the rounds, so best of luck.
Good luck to him. Hope it works out well.
Elsewhere?
Yes, well, a couple of things about the Irish Open. So Shane Lowry, obviously a former winner of the Irish Open, went an amateur. What a day that was. And Tommy Fleetwood, they've both committed already.
Golf in Ireland, it's one of those places that's very golf bias, and we've always enjoyed playing there. So to get that chance again this year, I'm excited. It'll be great.
It's the best. I mean, playing the Irish Open is just the best, and they come and support the event. Great, they have done over the years, ever since I've been playing it anyway. And, I'd love to win another Irish Open, and hopefully it can be this year. I think Paul will do a great job, and I think as always, Dubai Duty Free do a great job, and the fact that it's part of the Rolex series as well is amazing, and I'm lucky enough and happy to be going there as a Rolex Series champion as well. It doesn't feel like 10 years, it feels like it's gone a lot quicker than that, but I've played in, obviously played in every Irish Open since, and every time I go back to the Irish Open it's just special, and I'll always have great memories. And
very happy that I can support Paul. He's always been great with me, actually. From my first few years on tour, he was always not necessarily a mentor, but he was always great at giving me advice, and he was always really friendly. So for me, to give back a little something by playing his event, it's only a little of me playing, but to just do something and support Paul is great.
Paul McGinney would be delighted to hear that. But there's another story maybe you saw a wee bit about branching out during the week. It seems that some people have been trying to resell Irish Open tickets on some of these resale sites, which is not a good idea.
No.
The European Tour have put their foot down.
They've come out with a statement, which you can see on the screen, basically saying don't buy your tickets from the resale sites like Viagogo.
That's it.
Buy them from the official partner and from the European Tour themselves.
Yeah, that way you can guarantee you're getting the tickets at the right price, because I believe they've been trying to sell them at higher prices, which is not good.
So tickets starting to sell already for the Irish Open, which so this is the time of year people really start thinking about what they're doing and how they're going to get there, where they're going to stay, and all that stuff. And if you're booking accommodation and getting your tickets now is obviously the best time. So
brilliant, and I think it's Shane and Tommy Fleetwood lined up. There's the start of some of the big names that are coming.
Yep, and that's about it actually for this week. So a couple of things, don't forget, send your videos, send us your content, like, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. We're very, very grateful of all the stuff that you do send in. nigolfpodcast@gmail.com. What's coming up in the next couple of weeks?
The next one, Mars, is the big event on the horizon. It's the WGC World Golf Championship in Mexico. I think everybody will be there. I think Rory's lined up for that. That should be a good one.
So, if you're still playing Winter League, good on you. It must be coming to an end soon.
Lunatic. The Spring Leagues are starting in some places.
Enjoy your golf, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.